Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Here's Martin. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So on 4th down, here's a punter, Jeff Locke, to kick it away. Back deep, Travis Benjamin. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So now it's the Raiders' turn to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by their Pro Bowl quarterback in 2018, the guy from Clemson in his 3rd year, Deshaun Watson.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
We get a look at what Ertz did receiving-wise last week. 9 catches, 110 yards in the score.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on 1st down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. A look now at the Oakland offense.
And they're coming off a good win on the road last week, but they do know that they have a home game next week. So all the focus has to be, can they get a second win on the road and make going home that much sweeter? That's the intention in this ball game.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. First down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. 20, and able to find Green. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 13-yard line.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. Geez, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Watch the crowd.
A first down carry for Barkley. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Saquon Barkley, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rudolph. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Rudolph looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The punter lock out there now as he sends it away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's...
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Here's Watson. And he connects with Ertz. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. A big play that time for the Raiders. 43 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, have the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Goes underneath for Bell. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards down. It's Barkley on the counter. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. 1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, he's got a big leg, and when everything comes together, he can certainly hit from long range, but this one's going to come up just a little bit short. A very good effort, though.
And now out comes Houston. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Rudolph connecting here with DJ Shark. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion with just shy of the marker. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Texans nothing.
The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. First, back to throw, Rudolph. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Following the penalty, Martin looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and they've got a ways to go now on 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys. Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Let's go, baby.
So here are the Raiders now to take over. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they're on the heels of that nice win last week over the Packers. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. On 2nd and 9, Watson. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Now it's Watson. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
24-yard gain on the play. First down, Raiders.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Barkley. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Now Saquon Barkley. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pitch. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Oh, he's got the full package. He can spin, he can juke, he can make you miss, he can drop a shoulder on you. Some of that elusiveness we saw at Penn State has definitely translated to the NFL game. Saquon Barkley hit the proper buttons and turn him loose.
Mike. Set. Mike. Man, I got you.
They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down. Well, that's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. From the red zone now, Watson. And he'll take it in for a down. Cameron Brate, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Butker on for the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Raiders 14.
A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with an Oakland touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Doug Martin now gearing up to go again here on offense. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
It's so educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Ready. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to, and I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
Seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Watson. This is Bell on the dump off. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. He's got his man here. It's Green. Now the ball comes loose, and the Texans scoop it.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this. And with the ball, you know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Mason Rudolph leading this offense out for their next possession. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. That one complete. He finds Sharp. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, Rudolph. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Rudolph looking to throw it. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to the air, Rudolph. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Rudolph going to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. DJ Chark in the final seconds of the first half, as his guys are back within a single score. Until that late score here in the second quarter, they only had the field goal, so that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, and when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half, but when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as a head coach?
What?
And
now it's blocked. Oh, the Raiders have it. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points.
Yeah, baby. We got it. We got it.
Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a very good return, but a penalty is down. I'm not sure what this is going to be.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield. Back to throw, Watson. Airing it out deep for Woods. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll start with a couple of new playoff teams from a year ago. The LA Chargers on the road in Chicago. And in the second quarter, it's the Bears who are out in front. Andrew Luck has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we'll head down to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Kenyon Drake, a touchdown run. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they have the lead over the visiting Buccaneers as that game has gone to halftime. Brock Osweiler with 2 first-half touchdown passes. In the game you're watching, it's Deshaun Watson, who is the star of the first half. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Deshaun Watson making his way back out, the focus of our players' spotlight. And they must have seen something leading up to this one that said, hey, we're going to be able to go deep, because they've gone deep with a lot of success.
And pick your phrase, pick your code words, your buzzwords, whatever, vertical stretch, deep passes, go routes, right? What's that?
Wow,
route?
4 verts.
4 verts. All of it working because they're able to find ways to get deep, and for him to show off that big arm.
We see some of that big arm right here. He has been great. The second half starts with a carry by Bell. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Watson. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Watson now to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. From the gun, here's Watson. And that will be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Just what you want on a 1st down run at 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They run, Martin, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. Now Rudolph. The open man is Shark. It's complete. With a quick slant, good for 8 and a 1st.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Go now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ready?
From the gun, a give to Martin. And now loose football. Fumble. Martin lost it. And the Raiders pick it up. Past the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Yeah, way to go. That's what I'm talking about, boy. That's what I'm talking
This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And we turn our focus to Doug Martin. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night. later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Smallwood, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
But these guys going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the should be found.
It's in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Rudolph. Able to find Isabella. It's a foot race. The 20. Touchdown, Houston. Andy Isabella, 77 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Santos now to add the PAT. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Faking the give. Now Watson under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Mason Rudolph leading this offense out for their next possession. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving.
And a loose football, and the Raiders pick it up. There he goes left side. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Butker on for the PAT. And the lead is up to 14. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Mason Rudolph leading this offense out for their next possession. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your quarterback? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. On second down now, it's Martin. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And a 10th carry here for Martin. And he loses the football a second time. And the Raiders have recovered.
Every time. Keep putting that ball on the ground.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Butker now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them in plus territory. Excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
And the Texans set to come onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, That's a bad possession.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Clear. Now.
Here's Rudolph. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. 3rd and long. It's Rudolph. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here's Jeff Locke now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. On the NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now from Jacksonville. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Andy Dalton with 1 touchdown pass thus far. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson, and he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run with Barkley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Set. 19. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready.
On 1st down, Barkley. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
19. 152. Check the outs. Check the outs. Check the outs.
Now Bell. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. On the run, it's Barkley. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Here's Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A.J. Green, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. 10-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 4-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. No gain on the screen there. It's second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. Here's Rudolph. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
The Texans on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. Rudolph now to throw. This complete to Martin. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's Jeff Locke now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. .49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
False start, offense.
Well, maybe he was going to be involved in that play from his tight end spot, and he jumped.
Yeah, don't tell me that those guys don't like to block. That's what we say about them nowadays in the NFL. But I think he thought he was one of the key pieces in that play and wanted to get out and execute the assignment very fast.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Oakland. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes this up.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Butker on for the PAT. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. This is taken at his 4. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. This is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Set, 8, read.
Mike 50, huh? Hey, check.
Cut. Get it.
Throwing on 3rd down, here's Rudolph. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Here's Jeff Locke now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Meanwhile, in Nashville, they're on to the fourth quarter now. And the Buccaneers have just extended their lead. Ryan Fitzpatrick, 3 touchdown passes thus far. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
This is Barkley. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
Hey, what's the line? At their 49-yard line.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Raiders, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.